So, I'm really confused right now. It's later in the day from whenever I was loading up all that, the displays and all that stuff. I ended up getting about 16 of the 5-foot clothing racks. And then I got 7 of the folding racks where they got the shelves. You can turn them into shoe racks or anything like that. I've had them before. And then there was like 7 other kiosk style racks that are kind of unique. Anyways, I got all that stuff dropped off. It's still in the trailer. I just dropped it off at my house. And I got to get ready for the job tomorrow. But I'm driving back up to the store because I figured, they gave me a couple $1,000 worth of stuff. Actually, if you count retail, I got about $10,000 worth of stuff. But, I'll get at least $2,000 once I'm done doing whatever I'm going to do with it. So, but I see an easy $2,000 out of everything I've gotten so far. But out of respect, I'm going to go back up there. I don't know if there's anything I'm going to need, but I'm going to go and spend like $100 in the store. I mean, I'm sure I can find some stuff that I want to get, but it'd be a nice thing to do. I mean, they give me all the stuff. The least I could do is go there and, buy socks or buy something. Hell, I don't know. But I'm confused because I am fairly certain that they passed a law saying that people cannot panhandle and ask for money on like the side of the road and at an intersection. And on the way here, I've seen at every single intersection like 4 to 5 people with kids. I mean, I guess when we make laws and we pass laws, we don't enforce them. So I'm just really confused on what's going on, and I'm really tired of this, and I don't mean to get too political, but this two-tiered justice to where, if you're conservative or Republican, anything you do, you go to jail instantly, go to jail. But if you're liberal or anything like that, they're like, oh, well, we'll figure something out, And if you don't see that, then, I'm sorry for you. But in fact, I've thought many times about actually going through and doing a line-by-line list of saying, here's Group A, here's Group B. Again, I'm in the middle, a little bit. Maybe a little to the right. But I try to stay in the middle. I try to see both sides and understand both sides. But man, it's difficult sometimes. So, anyways, I'm going to go and I guess do a little bit of shopping. Like I said, I really don't need anything. In fact, whenever they offered everything to me, the only thing I needed was some socks. I went there and bought a pack of socks, which I have a ton of socks somewhere, but I can't find them. So, but anyways, and then tomorrow I'm going to be putting in a door, and I am 100% not ready for that. So I'm going to go back tonight and try to load up as much as I can. And yeah, it's going to be one hell of an interesting job tomorrow. Oh, and I've been using that Orajel stuff, so my teeth is not, I think the swelling's going down. So there's this stuff specifically made for when you have like a irritation or infection, or I don't think I have an infection, but it's definitely irritated. And I think that has to do with I had a couple of days where I was just eating a lot of potato chips for some reason, because it was like the healthiest snack I could find. It's better than eating brownies or candy. So I was like, I'm just going to eat some potato chips. At least it's potatoes, and having the hard chips, I think irritated. But like the roof of my mouth is kind of reptilian, if you know what I'm talking about, where it just, it's kind of like the top of a cat's mouth. But it seems to be getting a little bit better. And again, as soon as I'm done with these few jobs, I started making phone calls. I guess dentists are not open on Mondays, because everybody I've called, nobody's called me back. So, But yeah, and half these places here that I used to go to, everybody's closing down. I mean, everybody. Retail stores, restaurants. In fact, oh, let me. I'm gonna turn you guys. Let me see if I can turn for a second here. All right. So I'm gonna. It says don't enter. You know what? Fuck it. I'm entering. Oops, excuse my language. So this here used to be. I forget what it was, but this. I can tell you a little story about this building here. This is right at the corner of Beach Boulevard and Parental Home, and it used to be this little tiny diner. And I remember there was a very nice lady that worked here, and right in that little corner there, they had the little diner over there, and there was a bunch of people. You know, this is back when you could smoke in a restaurant and everything else. But this is the first place I ever in my life got sherbet, and the lady actually kept giving me sherbet because I never had anything like it before, and it was lime sherbet. And you know, and I can remember I was maybe 6 or 7, you know, and I remember everything about the inside of the store. You know, like they had a little bar set up, and you know, in fact, let me see. Well, I'm not going to get out and try to show y'all, but like over here in this corner, if you go straight back on like over there was a little bar over there, and then, you know, you could walk back, and then the bathroom back there. And I remember sitting at the bar, and they had a full like ice cream section, and then they had the sherbet, and I completely flipped out over the sherbet, and the lady just kept giving it to me. And I think this is where my dad was picking up some, because I think he had a dealer here. And take in mind, this is, you know, late 70s, early 80s. You know, you couldn't just go and buy pot wherever the hell you wanted. But in fact, here, I can show you over here. So yeah, so like whenever you come in on the front, you walk back, and then like right, you know what, let me take this off here real quick. So like right over in that corner back there was a little bar on, you know, where it was up against the kitchen. And you know, when I say a bar, I'm talking about like a diner bar, not an alcohol bar. But no, it was just, she kept giving me sherbet, and I think I ended up getting sick too. But, you know, she was like, you want more? And I was like, uh-huh. You know, but man, and I don't even think my dad paid for it. You know, she just gave it to me because they were doing something, and he was talking with somebody, and, you know, so, returning. But yeah, this is, I mean, I can go around to just about every single place and tell you a story of, you know, something that happened. And again, this is part of my identic memory. Like, I remember when it was St. John's Seafood. I remember when it was the diner, which I don't remember the name of the diner. And I remember it was actually 2 different seafood places. And it was something, and then it became, I think it was Lily's Seafood. For some reason, that name's in my head. But yeah, I ended up getting, took a girl out on a date. In fact, I can't remember her name, but she was from Ocean Way. And I dated her mainly because her hair, she had a real tight, like perm or something. And I just loved playing with her hair. I mean, she felt like a damn poodle. But yeah, I took her there, and I ended up getting food poisoning, got sick as hell. Man, so... But I can't remember if it was Lily's or St. John's. I think it was Lily's whenever I got the food poisoning. So, but yeah, so I just pulled up over here, and but yeah, there's just so many. In fact, right across the street where the I don't know if you know about the Science Academy, there used to be a restaurant called Po Boys, P-O-B-O-Y-S, and it was kind of like an offshoot of like a Famous Amos. And you know, we didn't have a lot of money growing up, so going out and eat was a real treat. But I remember that was there, and used to go and get like mason jugs with handles. It was like, you know, and like cannon jars, but it had, you know, a handle on it. And not mason jugs, but it was like cannon whenever you can fruits and stuff like that. But it had a handle on it and made it a mug. And but yeah, we ate there, and it was kind of like the closest thing to it now would be like a Crackle Barrel, you know, had all the stuff on the wall, everything else. That was one of the things. I only went there, I think, twice. But for being po' boys, I remember it being quite expensive. So, and I saw something which I'm not going to buy, but I'm going to try to barter. But I actually found an H3 Hummer, excuse me, H2 Hummer, the big, not the H1, not the military, but the big one that nobody likes. Guy has one for sale for pretty cheap, and I went over and looked at it. It cranks right up, you know. So I'm thinking about saying, hey, you know, go out, price some stuff, anything. I was like, listen, I could probably do like 1,000 cash, and I'll swap a door out for you if you want to do some bartering, you know. So I haven't proposed anything. I just went and looked at it, but it's you know, it's a nice kind of like a beige silver, really low key, and you know, it's all stock. It hasn't been, you know, pimpified, but no aftermarket accessories, no chrome, no nothing like that. And that's what kind of makes me like it. Is it's just a nice plain Jane little automobile, and I'm going to see if I can work a deal to swap a door for a Hummer. So I doubt I'm going to get it, but you know, all you can do is ask. I mean, some of the greatest things I've ever received is because I simply asked. So, but I'm going to go in here and see if I can buy some more socks or something. Peace, love, money. I'm out.